So now I've got the recording on. This is our 320 lab. It's Wednesday the 14th. And since it's a demo, we're going to go ahead and record this. And I'll be working in VMware. And I'm going to demonstrate now the project in Revit using SketchUp. Oh my gosh, this is a mind blower. Okay, but you'll recall that I had a space plan last week, and I sort of kind of showed where things were going to happen and where lights would be, and the bathroom and dressing rooms, and an equipment rack, and so I kind of showed where things would be, and I made a floor plan that sort of had that stuff. And now on my floor plan, I'm going to do a duplicate without the detailing. And I'm just going to rename this one. I'm going to call it this is just where I'm going to be doing all my good interior design. Now I have to remember when I bring something in here, it's going to show up here. So I might have to hide it in my other views. When I bring an item into one view, it will show up in all the associated views. So you might have to go back and hide those things. Okay, so I'm just explaining that now. So here's my interior design view. And for my space plan, this is supposed to be my exercise area. And so I'm going to show you how to put some exercise equipment in. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find some exercise equipment. So let me go ahead and delete that. So if I've got a blank one and I go to the 3D warehouse, I'm in SketchUp. Now I don't need to go to the 3D warehouse. I can just do that up here. 3D warehouse, SketchUp. And you can just go right to it. Bing. And you have to log in and all that kind of stuff. And I can look for exercise equipment. And so maybe I'll find some stuff, exercising stuff. There's a bicycle. That wouldn't be a bad thing. Stretch. Equipment. You can look for all sorts of stuff.
Are you able to be specific? Like if you're looking for a specific item instead of like just general stretch equipment, if you're looking for something specific?
Yeah. So let me look for exercise, workout, training, weights. So look at all this stuff that's in here. Oh my gosh. So I can put, and you can get more and more and more detailed about what you want. But look at all, man alive. There's all-in-one pulley system. Stretching. That one's got some stretching stuff. Let me look. Let's just see. Let's see if there's a Bowflex in here. Bowflex. Oh my gosh. I can put a Bowflex in there. I think I'm going to do that. Let's see how big the file is. 4 megabytes. That's a little big. 4 megabytes. That's a little big. Darn it. 2 megabytes. That's a little better. 2 megabytes. Well, those are pretty hefty. Look, there's a whole room. I guess I can put this one in. Yeah.
If I need something that I to put it in my project, that's when I shall find it on SketchUp, or I can find it in Revit.
You can do both. I'm going to show you both.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yep. Good. Okay, so which one of these was 2? 4 megabytes. 4 megabytes. That's the same one again. 2 megabytes. I'll put in a 2 megabyte SketchUp 2014. There we go. We use cookies. I know. There it is. Coming down. Where did it go? Should be in my downloads. Oh, I was in the wrong place. Darn it all. I need to do it in here. Sorry. Oh, there's my exercise bands. There's a cool one. Look at that. Let me download that one right into my model. And see how, it's like, where is that thing? That's why it's kind of nice. There we go. And I think it's a little too tall. So I'm gonna stretch it down. Just there we go. There. That's gonna be my thing. And I'm gonna call this file save as stretch band equipment. Isn't that cool? So now once that's saved, I can actually put it in here, and I'm going to do it. Let's just put it in here. So I'm going to import my CAD, stretch band equipment, and it says non-uniform. That's okay. And I have no clue where it is. Let me look at my site plan. It put it at 0, 0. So if I click on it, this little pin comes up, and I have to unpin it. That's up here. Unpin it. And then I can move it. But I still notice that it's underground. It's on the foundation at 0, 0. So I can put that in there. There, now I got some stretchy equipment. Isn't that cool? So I can find stuff. Now, there's other things I can do. If I have plumbing, I can go to my plumbing fixtures. And let's see if it'll even show up. Sometimes they show up and sometimes they don't. I'll do a quiet flush floor mount, flush valve floor mount. There we go. And again, it's on, I want it to be on my foundation. You'll figure out where it goes. And it's I can't see it. So that's one of the problems with this is when you do stuff like that, you got to know a little bit more Revit. So I think it's easier to go through it. But look, I'll bet you my plumbing doesn't show. Plumbing fixtures don't show. Okay, so I just turned on my plumbing fixtures and lo and behold, it shows up. And I can rotate. I personally think that for this project, it is easier to use SketchUp because you don't have to know, is that plumbing? Is it electrical? Is it this? Is it that? Do I have to do my visibility and graphics? But if something doesn't show up, it's likely under visibility and graphics. So you'll click on that and just start looking. Wonder what that was. Plumbing, toilet, plumbing. Oh, there it is. Make plumbing fixtures show. So now let's see what happens. I don't see anywhere in here something called a sofa. So let me go to Insert, Load a Family, Sofas, 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 Sofas. Furniture, maybe it's under Furniture. Seating, Sofa. Or a different style. Oh, that's a cool style. I'm going to put in this little mod one here. And uh-oh. Where'd it go? I think it went down here into families. This is why Revit is kind of complex this way. Furniture, furniture, furniture. Sofa, sofa. And it's not visible either. So let's see if furniture shows up. Nope, furniture is unchecked. There it is. Oh, how cool is that? I think I need more room right there, don't I? That should give a little more room for somebody to get in and out. Okay, or I could put it over here. This one is really cool. I can actually put my HVAC in. It's called mechanical equipment. And I'll put airside air handler. And I'll just put a little split system vertical. Oh, my thing is just a little too small. So it means I have to move my wall just a little bit. There we go. And you don't have to really show that, but it's kind of cool. So that's how you put things in. You either go to Systems and find stuff, or you go to Insert and find stuff. If you can't see it, you have to know what it is and make sure it's turned on. And you have to be able to see it and click on it and put it at the right elevation. So Revit is a little bit more complicated, but it sure gives you a nice looking thing. Now let's see what my 3D looks like now. So that's coming along. Look at that. And see how you can kind of see my roof, but not really? And see how I made my doors really slow, or my walls? That was just a trick I did to make it look good. I just adjusted the size of the wall. And on my roof, I did right click graphics of this element, the roof. And I can set the transparency. Isn't that awesome? So I can see that I have a roof there, but it doesn't get in the way of what I'm seeing. So now all of a sudden, some of my views get really cool and easy to work with. Okay, so that's another thing on the 3D view. Now, let's say I like that view and I kind of want to save that view. Okay, what I do is I come over and I say, make a duplicate, right click, duplicate, and I'll rename it 3D building interior. And there's a little thing that looks like a house with a padlock right next to the glasses. And I click on that. That way I don't ruin it. Oh, except I just unlocked it. Lock. See, now it's locked. I can't ruin it. Okay, and I can hide things. I can, if I don't want to see all that, I right click, hide a category. Oh, that's kind of cool. Hide those elements. There we go. So there. So now, can I change the size of this once I bring it into Revit? I should be able to. Scale. I know I can scale. I think I can, but I may not. I may have to go back to Revit to change it. Looks like I have to go back to Revit. Sorry, to SketchUp. And I can just readjust it and put it back in. Doesn't look like I'm able to scale that item once I put it in there. So there we go. Now there's another neat thing I can do that's real similar to what I did in SketchUp. I'm going to go to my floor plan interior design again, and I'll put a camera view in again. Let's see. Now remember, I made my walls really short. So it's view, 3D view camera. And I'm going to make sure that it goes like, that's how far it looks. So I want to look far enough. And that's kind of cool. Kind of showing what it looks like looking off that. And I don't know what I've done there. What is that? Do I really have a door up there? That was weird. Okay, but that's kind of showing what this looks like. Okay, and I made my roof translucent. I don't know why I'm not seeing my roof. I might have hidden it. And I can look at it in different ways. Oh, that's why it was just showing up like in the sun. And if I had my lights, I could do that. But that's kind of cool looking, isn't it? That's really a nice view. And so this thing of kind of making the walls smaller so you can see stuff is a neat idea. Now, where did that show up? Let's find out where it might have shown up. Floor, ceiling, review. Here it is right here, 3D view 1. So I can rename that. Interior view of the exercise room. Now, it could be that I don't want my ceiling to show up. So if I go to my visibility and graphics and go to ceilings, I can turn it off. Well, I should have been able to turn it off. Don't know why I'm seeing my ceiling now. Well, that's interesting. I should be able to, but I can't right now. So that's cool. So this is what we're looking for our interiors. And you can take a number of different interiors. Okay, let me go ahead and put in a sink from the 3D warehouse. So 3D warehouse, bathroom sink. Let me make it a bathroom vanity. That might be cool. That might be cool. There's a fancy one. There's a pretty simple one, maybe. Yeah, that one's nice and small. There's no faucet on it, though. This one's got a faucet. It's huge. 8 megabytes.
Professor, you can find the sink and grab it easily. It will be on
I
the
know you
project.
can.
Mhm.
Of course you can. But I'm showing you a different way.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can find it all sorts of different ways. There we go. 234 kilobytes. That's a nice small one. Put it in my model. And it looks like it's the right size, so I can get rid of Google Girl and save. File, save as, vanity. And so now look, here we go. Insert, CAD, vanity. I can place it manually. So what's wrong with putting this here? Maybe nothing. Let's find out. Well, one thing that's wrong is it needs to rotate. So what would I need to do here to show that I know what I'm doing? I'm going to annotate a circle, the radius of 3. Why is that? That's my ADA compliant. So this is going to have to move over a little bit. And I can put the ADA bars on and all that kind of stuff. Oh man, talk about just barely making it. So because I chose this rather large vanity, now we have Dave McLam is where, how do you get to the 3D warehouse again? I'll answer that in just a moment. Dave McLam is an intern in the Design Hub, and he's wheelchair bound. And this might meet ADA compliance. Might have a bar here. It has 6-foot turn. It's got the toilet paper in the right spot. Anybody got an idea, especially those of you that might be interior designers, why this might not be so groovy or for somebody who is interested in ADA compliance? But what's up with this? It might be an issue. Janice, I think you've taken the class, haven't you? In design for life or design, universal design. What's the problem with this thing?
there's no opening in it to have a wheelchair underneath, for one thing.
Yeah.
So he couldn't get to the sink very easily.
Yeah.
And I don't like the door, the way it's kind of a hard turn where the door is to the sink area also. So that might make it kind of hard for somebody
Yep.
that is in a wheelchair.
Yeah. The biggest one is there's no way. I mean, this is all very nice that there's this little faucet and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, if you're in a wheelchair, your feet are right here, right? And so this might be considered an ADA compliant bathroom, but Dave is putting together a website for the Design Hub of these things, and we're designing a Design Hub rating, and you'll be able to actually go into there and experience it from the point of view of somebody in a wheelchair. And that's one of the first things we see. Bonk. There is no way that they could face this. And then what's likely to happen? Where are they going to put the soap dispenser? Right there on the wall. No way to get to the soap dispenser. And where are they going to put the paper towels? Right there on the wall. No way to get to the paper towels. So, yeah. So this is part of that spatial stuff that we don't expect you to really know, right? I mean, Janice knows that because she's at interior design. And I think they could get around in here. It would be okay. But this is just a really bad sink. Just not a good sink. Okay. It would be much better to have a regular wall mount sink. Let me get rid of that just cause. And I'll go to my systems plumbing fixture. And let's see if there's one in here. Nope. Load the family for plumbing. I need to find plumbing. Come on. Plumbing, architectural fixtures. Yes, it's under sinks probably. I don't want a vanity for sure. There we go. And I think that's wall mount. Yep. And again, we're going to make sure they have plenty of room to turn around. But another thing is, where's the wastebasket, all that kind of stuff. So I think that will probably be a good place for it. Let's go look. Oh, that was just a 2D annotation. That's no good. That should have been better than that. Let's see. Fixtures. There we go. Lavatories. Wall mounted. There we go. Much better. And so you're always popping, but you use this project browser to look at different views. Oh, that's way better, right? Okay, and then we can put a trash can, we can put a soap dispenser, and we can put all that stuff on the wall if we can find them. So now, where do you get these things? Where do you get them? So the first place to be able to get them, go to Google Chrome and type in 3D warehouse SketchUp. And you can just go there. And it's going to make you log in or sign up, but you'll be able to do that. And then you can just search. Another place to go is revitcity.com. And also you'll need to log in. It's free. You just need to sign up. They have tons of stuff. And for those of you who took Design 300, a lot of it has to do with Revit City downloads. Does this look familiar? Master format specs. Remember that master format stuff? That was how do you find things? Well, everything's categorized by master format, and you'll be able to get them, and this really works. Here's plumbing stuff, and you can look around and search and all sorts of stuff. But here's sinks, here's different wall mounts, Revit architecture, and I think somewhere up here there's a search. There it is. Let's see if they have a wall mount soap dispenser. Well, looks like I'm not finding it. But that's where you go, and you just start looking for stuff. So there's Revit City. Oh, it's still thinking. There's Revit City 3D warehouse. Oh, look at that. There's a soap dispenser, soap dispenser, soap dispenser, soap dish, soap dispenser. Oh, there's all sorts of them that you could use. Soap dispenser, tons of them. Okay, so you just have to log in to download. Isn't that cool? So RevitCity.com, 3D Warehouse, which is a Trimble product. That's where you're going to get your models. And then you should have a copy of your models like this, so that later on you can take a snip of it and put it in your presentation if you use it. So that would go on here. Image of each specialty object. Vanity. And what looks really nice for this page as you do your presentation is if you've got this, and I'm going to hide this for just a moment. And I take my snip. I can have that, and then I bring this down over here, and I can draw a line to it. Okay, so I'll be able to put these around. Now, maybe I don't need that because that's in the way. That's kind of cool, right? So that people can see, oh, yeah, that was my space plan. And look, there it is. There it is. That's so cool. Got it. Sorry, I'm having all sorts of issues making that go to the right spot. There we go. So that's what this page is about. Present an image and present the model you used to present it. So that's my image of it, right? And so for the model, I would need to have a link to this file. in my Google Drive so that somebody could get to it and say, oh, yeah, that's really cool. I get it. I like it. Or, ooh, that one was awful. No good. So, do you know how to put a link on that? You go like that and do link. But then it's always nice to have the URL here. Have you guys gotten tired of pasting really, really long URLs? You can use a URL shortener that makes it much easier to work with, bit.ly. I'll demonstrate that if somebody needs it. Okay, so as an example, if I wanted a shortened version of this, okay, that's a long one. I can go to bit.ly.
What?
And watch. Look at this, V. So instead of having all of that, I can shorten it. Oh, I don't get any free ones anymore. Okay, so I have to log in but it'll make it a nice short one. So, but there are other URL shorteners too. There it is. And that's much easier for people to deal with. See how that works? Isn't that cool? Probably a little too small. And then I can also make it so that somebody can, now you don't have to do all this, but it's kind of neato.
Do you want both of them on there, or do you just want the one in the picture or the one on
So so what I want is whatever you used to put in here. So whatever this, if you put a piece of stuff in there, I want it. So you could either put in that image or double click on it and put in that image. I'll get it right here. Ah, that didn't work. Well, that's close enough. Now, let's see.
There you go. That's perfect.
Ah, it keeps going off to that one, though. Isn't that weird? That'll do, but there we go. That's what I want. So you can take that image. So I want an image of the model, a 3D image of the model, and a link to wherever that image is. Now, if it's already in your Revit file, that would be a link to your Revit file. If it's a separate SketchUp file, then it would be a link to your SketchUp file.
Okay, but you put it in on the picture as well as underneath it. Do you want us to do both of those, or just do?
Well, so you really, those are all extra goodies. That putting it on there is an extra goodie. So that's not, because if you print it, you won't be able to click, right? But that's why you want it written down below. You always want it written down below, so if somebody has a printed version of this, you can copy it or type it in. But if you've got it, you want to be able to click on it and just go to it if you can. Okay? This is minor stuff. The most important thing is, here's a sink in a bathroom. Here's what it is. Here's a toilet. Here's what it is. Here's some exercise equipment. Here's what it is. Like that would be an ideal one. Let me go to my 3D. So exercise equipment, that was a SketchUp also, right? So here comes my snip. And I'll do another one of these curvy line things. Wow, what is that doing? There we go. Curved connector from here to here. Oh, that's interesting. There we go. Now I got it. I'll play around with those.
Oh.
It just wants to do all of its own thing. There we go. And you can do stuff like make it a different color, make it heavy, all sorts of things that you can do to make this look good, better than what I'm going to do. Okay. And then, of course, this file would be saved somewhere. If you want to, you could put 3D Warehouse and what you looked up and who it was from. So if you got that from the 3D Warehouse, you know, and you did something like this, you could probably not, you'd have to be on here. Now that would be hard. I don't think it's going to give it to you. It doesn't give you a link to this.
Professor,
Yeah.
can you get the picture from the online and you can copy the link from the Google and put it inside or no?
Yeah. So like, yeah. Yeah. So if you download that and you just put that right into your Google Drive, then that's fine. Right? Just give me the link to that.
No, I'm not talking like about this. I download the picture and I get it to I put it in my project. Then I make a copy from the link. Then I put the link in my file. It's gonna be correct or no?
Put a link to what?
The link that you put it.
This should go to your actual file. So that should be a link that goes to should be a link that you put that file in your Google Drive, and that link to that file is what you put on the picture. Okay, does that make sense? I mean, so look, just think about it. Somebody wants to find the file. They want to click on your drawing to get the file. That's what you need to accomplish.
Yeah, Professor, yes, that's
Then what's your question?
Yeah, the question is, I get the you open the link from Google Drive. So the link the picture you get it from the Google from
You keep
Google.
telling me the picture. Are you meaning this little picture here?
Yeah.
No, I don't want a link to that. I see the picture. I want to know what file that is. I want the SketchUp file. I don't want a picture. My picture is in my presentation. I want to go click and go to the file. Kind of like this.
Oh,
I need to get to the file. Here's a SketchUp file. Where's a SketchUp file? See, I haven't given you these. I don't give you these because then people copy them. So I don't have little things that I can go to get real easy. Let me
Can
go
you-
into.
can
Let me
you
go into
explain?
here. I'll
Yeah.
make a video, but May, I don't know how to explain it any other way.
No, just a minute, please.
There's a picture
Mhm.
and there's a file that picture got made from. I want to link to the file.
No, I'm not. I'm confused about something. So if you need to get like a TV, okay? So
Okay.
how can you get the TV from yes, it's from Google.
Okay, so there's the TV.
Okay.
And I just downloaded it.
Okay.
Put it in your Google Drive.
Uh-huh.
And make a link to it.
Oh, that's why I'm confusing. Okay. Thank you.
There. Okay. Yeah, it's just a link to your file. And then of course I don't have it in here. Right? But you want the link to your file. Look, it's pretty simple because the concept is somebody needs to get your file. There's the picture. They go, that's cool. I want that file. You have to be able to give them the file. Okay, so, and that's part of this that we're going over. This is the organization of a job in an architectural or engineering environment. You show a space plan. You give an idea of what it looks like. And then you give them access to the file. That's how the organization works. From overall to an image to the actual file. There we go. Cool. Okay. Any other questions?
Go to the bathroom.
Yeah? Janice, do you have a question?
Professor, can I make appointment with you, please?
Yeah. It's on my, just go onto my calendar. It's getting pretty busy, but yeah, go ahead. So that was good. So that was good. So here's the thing. Many of these things we expect that you already know. If you don't, it's really hard for us to explain it, especially in terms where I can't get on your computer. And it's real critical that you're able to really say what you need to be able to ask. So you kept asking me about the picture. So I thought you were talking about the picture. And now what I see is you really were talking about the file. So from here on out, what we'll do is when we say, that's a picture of what's in the file. And then we'll be able to communicate much better. And that's what's hard with this online learning stuff. It is really hard because you can't show me. And I can't just walk over and go, no, show me. Very, very hard. So I understand how hard it is. This is not worth a ton of points. It's just worth like a quarter of a point. Cool. But yeah, you're always welcome. You guys know how to get a hold of me, right? There we go. Appointment schedule. And look, so tomorrow's looking pretty booked. There's a couple of times there, a little bit here on Friday, a little bit here. So jump on and get it. when you can. It starts getting heavy duty. Cool? Okay, any other questions? Alrighty-o, then that's it. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.